WrestlePro fans, I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert, and this right here is Melissa.
Hi again. Been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while with her. Battle of Brooklyn was quite a show to return to St. Patrick's Gym in Bay Ridge, New York.
Let's see.
Well, yeah, our opening matchup, we saw the Messiah of old school, Sean Donovan, go one-on-one with Buster Jackson.
So you had bearded versus clean shaven.
That was true, and I was very surprised Buster Jackson picked up the win with the old school Ricky Steamboat flying body press.
Why were you surprised?
Because I don't know if they're trying to push Sean Donovan, because he's been kind of like been more in the spotlight, even though I don't really follow this Fed, and I know you don't. You only come when they come to us, practically.
I haven't watched Impact.
Neither one of them's on Impact.
Or
they're both WrestlePro regulars.
Yeah, I haven't. Well, because school and work. That's why I've been missing.
Yes, but I thought it was a very good opener. Next up, we saw Bay Ridge's own Talon challenge Nikos Ricos for the Silver Championship.
Let's see. Talon, awesome as usual. However, I'm not really feeling the music. I liked the song with Disturbed that you had beforehand. So maybe something along the lines to kind of match your look.
Well, I think the reason behind the music was, in case you didn't know, there were screens above the ring. Mm-hmm. They were live streaming, I think, on either some internet channel of some sort.
Oh, okay.
So they don't want to do the copyright issues and pay royalties to fans.
I see your point now.
That's why they did that. And in this matchup, Nikos Ricos defeated Talon to retain the Silver Championship.
And you could have helped me with my book for class, because we're doing Greek to Roman epics. So.
Oh. Hey, if you want to learn Greek, get a hold of a certain Greek god that loves the number 3.
Yes.
Him.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut. So then you have...
Okay, next up we saw a tag team action as the Breakfast Club. Francis Kipper Stevens and CPA challenged Team España, Jose and Jose B, with Wally in their corner.
Team España changed their look as well as their music. So I think, Robert, you mentioned that they're getting rid of the soccer ball.
They're trying to get away from the soccer thing, the World Cup ordeal, because they stopped bringing the soccer ball to the ring with them and had their bandanas on.
Yeah, longer hair and that whole thing. And of course, Breakfast Club. We're awesome. Go Geeks. Let's see.
And in that matchup, Team España defeated the Breakfast Club to retain the tag team championship.
Let's see. Next one.
Next was a triple threat match, which saw overtime TJ Crawford versus the Bad Apple Matt McIntosh versus Impact star Rich Swann.
The three of them were amazing. I like Rich Swann, very talented in all the federations he's wrestled in.
There we are.
And not naming names, but talented. Matt McIntosh, he's awesome. For some odd reason, I'm thinking Thor, but that's just me. But Thor meets what do you call it? Green Arrow. Because the blonde hair.
Yes.
But otherwise, entertaining match. I would definitely see those three again in another match.
Yeah. Well, in this three-way matchup, the Bad Apple Matt McIntosh was victorious over Rich Swann and overtime TJ Crawford. Next up, we had a women's action as Scarlett Bordeaux defeated Corinne Mink.
So you had cheesecake in one, and then you had apples in the other. I'm just waiting for the next food item-based person. Well,
apples, you say, with Scarlett? Oh, you mean, with Matt McIntosh,
yeah,
but in the case of Corinne Mink, she did not carry an actual cheesecake to the ring this time.
Nor did she throw it in Scarlett's face.
No, how could she? Didn't bring anything to the ring.
Right.
But Scarlett Bordeaux was victorious. Then, in quite a matchup, we saw the Big Deal Craig Steele go one-on-one with Impact star Moose.
Moose was amazing. Craig Steele had, this whole, what's it called? Well, I guess, the gun with the bazooka thing.
Yeah, but actually, that reminds me, by the way, he was shooting out
Yeah.
these $100 bills with his face on it. I mean, I give him this. Got to look for himself, and and in this match, Moose ended up defeating Big Deal Craig Steele. And they did go to intermission right after that.
I did not get my second apple. But they had Macintosh apples. So I don't know if it was like coincidental or it's just a good type of apple.
Oh, interesting. The action resumed with tag team action as we saw KM, Kevin Matthews, and Falaba take on the Heavenly Bodies, Desirable Dustin and Gigolo Justin.
And for tonight's match, Kevin Matthews and Falaba matched clothing. Well,
I thought they've been matching clothing since they've been teaming on Impact, even though I don't watch.
From what we hear.
I wouldn't be surprised if they have been.
Kevin Matthews had a cute little cat on his pants. But yeah, let's see. So match-wise, it was good. A whole lot of painful things with the rolling.
Oh yeah.
I was like, no.
Yeah.
With men like these, you'd rather befriend them than be your enemy.
Especially if the guy weighs I don't know how many pounds of beef. But in this match, the Heavenly Bodies defeated KM and Falaba.
Hashtag bummer.
Yes, in more ways than one. Next up, we had a singles competition as we saw Bobby Wayward go on-on-one with Mr. WrestlePro himself, owner Pat Buck.
Is he a blonde or a redhead?
Kind of red thing. He had like a nice, he was like kind of, I couldn't really figure out his attire, but he has like the,
green with
green,
black.
and he had like I think it was the breast cancer awareness tattooed on his back because his mother died of breast cancer, I understand.
I thought he had a cross on his back.
It looked like a cross, but I know he's got one of those.
I mean, maybe
those symbols on his.
Maybe the symbol might have been like on the right side of his back, but I know for sure in the center there was a cross.
No, well, I'm not sure how many tattoos the guy has, but yeah, this was kind of a good matchup, and Buck picked up the win over Wayward. I forgot how. Then we had, this was, just as I said, this match was pretty much on the heavy cycle as Impact's Congo Kong went one-on-one with the Bayonne badass Dan Moff.
And he's not talking about laundry.
Laundry?
Heavy cycle,
Yeah, I get that part, but it's when two big men monsters collide, or like if it's like you could sense a match is going to be in that intense. That's what I mean by put it on the heavy. It's going to be put on the heavy cycle.
Cringeworthy.
It seemed that way. Congo was like having his way with Moff in the early going, and Moff eventually was kicking out of everything Congo threw at him. And then Moff.
He had this amazing pickup. We weren't exactly.
Wait, Moff, or are you thinking of another match?
Maybe.
Were you sure it was this match or another one?
Yeah, this one.
It was that
one? All the way in his back, and then at one point, his leg kind of went to the side. But I mean, he didn't break it. It's just I don't know. It was just they are both strong men.
Well, that was that how it ended? You mean?
I passed within the ending.
So it wasn't the end.
Yeah, it was like
So you don't
remember
remember who did it to who in this match?
It was during the climax portion of the storytelling.
Okay.
I'm an English person.
I know. You could have told me. I could have wrote it down. I mean, you don't even remember who did it to who in this match.
Dan Maff did. Wow.
The only thing I can remember was the finish. If you talk about when Congo was hung on the second rope.
No, not that. I know for sure not that.
Okay, but that was led up to the end. I'm trying to think. Was it Moff lift? You don't remember who lifted who and
Moff over the head.
I wish you could have like.
But we were happy.
Yeah,
With this
Moff.
match.
I'm not sure if it's what you referred to as how it ended, but Moff did defeat Congo Kong with the burning hammer.
Maybe that's what it was.
That's how it ended.
Okay.
Yeah, when Congo was like positioned on the second rope, and he was like kicked, he like hit him from behind, and he had him on his shoulders and dropped it. That's the burning hammer that Moff does. That's his finisher.
I don't know the title name, but yeah.
But you said a big thing, but it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, that's not the. I mean, he once did that to Vince Steele, believe it or not.
I wasn't
You weren't there, but he did. I was there for that. Got it on DVD somewhere, by the way, that show. Then we had a triple threat match for the Gold Championship as Korean sensation Mario Bokura and former WrestlePro champion Chris Avery Kuling challenged Chris Payne.
I think Chris Payne got a haircut.
Look that way. I don't really keep up with their looks.
It was interesting.
Yeah, they had quite a match, and Payne picked up the win, defeating Bokura and Kuling to retain the championship.
And the final.
Yeah, our final match of the night, which surprised me, we saw Impact star Eli Drake defeat the 5-tool player Anthony Bowens.
Should I say what his nickname might have been?
What do you think it might have been?
Shorter version of TJ Marconi.
Oh, Eli. That's Eli, yeah.
So, like we were discussing, you have TJ Marconi, the original. Then you have a shorter version of TJ Marconi. But we're wondering, who would be the female version of TJ Marconi? Ladies?
I don't know. There'd be a lady out there that looks like him. I don't know.
No, I mean, maybe the hair.
Yeah, but
like the persona, like, the behavior.
I don't know. I don't know. I know it wouldn't be TJ's fiance, Brooke Danielle.
No,
she's a. Don't even know if she
brunette,
wrestles anymore.
right?
Yeah, kind of. But I don't know if she even wrestles anymore. But yeah, Eli Drake ended up defeating Anthony Bowens to cap off on a night of WrestlePro action. Well, it's personal notes time. Welcome back, Peter Gilmore, who we haven't seen in a show in a long time. Great seeing Mike McNicholas, Dom.
He was the one in the red, right?
Yeah, they're sitting near us somewhere.
Yeah.
Scott Barron, who you ring announced for NYWC in the past, and I hadn't seen him in a number of years, and boy, did he let his hair grow. You didn't get to meet him. Stephanie, she was, you thought that was the chick that Mike McNicholas used to like.
Oh, yeah. No,
And,
totally different lady.
Well, we saw him too, folks. McNicholas, that is. Nicholas Infante, Will Fiora, Stephen Ross, who lives right here in the Bay Ridge area. Anyone else we might have seen in the crowd that I may have left out?
It'll probably come to us.
I don't know if it will. But I will say, well, WrestlePro will return to action Saturday, March 9th in Rahway, New Jersey. They'll be in Rahway again on Wednesday, April 3rd, with a show titled Does Funny Make Money?
Can't do that.
I know, I can't either.
I have
It's a
school.
Wednesday.
I have school. I have writing.
Yeah, it's a Wednesday. I can't pull it off either. And get this, I know April 20th they're going to be somewhere in Alaska, of all places, for a show, yeah?
Anchorage?
I don't know the city.
My sister went there.
But no word if WrestlePro or when they'll come back to St. Patrick's in Brooklyn. I don't know, Melissa. You think that either they or maybe another promotion out there should use the place more often?
What promotion are you thinking of or would like to see?
Well, I don't know. Well, anybody could just, because we know the history in that building, as we know, and FWE.
NFSW.
And yeah, they were in there too. Anybody to use the place on a regular basis. Because, FWE, they used to draw so many crowds over the years.
And then, maybe more, promos, more Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
more
you know, the
hype.
action's
Yeah,
the action's fantastic. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it is.
It's just a little bit more like, you know, what's this character about?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
what's his
what-
deal? Like,
I think that's what a lot of promotions tend to do. Tend to do between shows. You know, like wrestlers do promo videos to hype up their matches or to hype up the show. I mean, tell me this: do you think any promotions out there, or some promotions out there, can do a better job at advertising? You think with their shows? You don't have to mention the Feds, but do you think any of them at all think could do a better job at advertising, or should do a better job at advertising?
I mean, well, Ace is doing pretty good.
Well, you know about that. I mean, of course, you know you can't make that one. No, you told me you had plans February 9th.
Yeah.
You already told me that I already, you know, put an offer on the table, so to speak, about that show. And we'll get to that after we get done filming this. But yeah, nice to see many of the WrestlePro stars in action. Hope you's come back. Say it.
Hopefully, we'll have more female wrestlers in the ring.
Yeah, maybe if they book some more, yeah.
Like maybe some high flyers, maybe some hardcore. Take your pick, whatever you want.
Yeah, that'd be something. And during Rich Swan's entrance, I noticed Stephanie dancing. I didn't know she could get down.
What's her like? You know, was it like?
Oh, she was dancing nonetheless. So I wasn't too worried. Great seeing. I didn't know Sean Curd in the building.
Oh yeah. We know him for a long time.
Yeah.
Like what, 2-3 years? You think?
Possibly longer when he and Tiana used to be in FSW because her son was trained there.
Right.
But definitely a good night of action. Like I said, I hope WrestlePro does come back in the future. And oh man, I forgot what else here.
Oh, next time he'll have more quotes.
Yeah, it was just
Everybody was silent pretty much.
it seemed that way, but nonetheless, the crowd drew. I mean, it drew a crowd.
Yeah.
But you know, maybe that's why they just don't run here too often. But yeah,
People have obligations that are
life
aside.
gets in the way,
Either,
even for me.
but
Oh,
life is special.
yeah, no, it's precious. So yeah, definitely, it was a good seeing WrestlePro again.